there's been so much tension, especially in England, but also all over the West. You see this even in France and in America. You've been seeing it for a long time. This clash, between the Western world and Islam. Do you think these two different societies are incompatible? Like, is there no overlap? Like, what do you make of all this tension?
I mean, I would question the premise of like there being a coherent Western and East-like societies, right? That haven't had interaction historically. Like, even you go back to the Crusades, right? Crusades for us is this sort of narrative of war and destruction, but also there were Islamic scholars coming to, or Muslims traveling to the UK historically, or pilgrims that had gone from Europe to Jerusalem and then coming back with Islamic ideas. For example, one of the key ones we're in the UK now is like the foundation of Oxford University. Like the college system that they created there was very much built on the college system as it predominated in the Middle East at the time for Islamic learning. And so that's just sort of one example maybe of why these sort of fixed entities of East and West that we sort of argue are clashing have actually had a lot more interaction historically than some people might think.
So maybe if we were more aware of the interactions and the interconnectedness of the two, there will be less, because we can't hide the fact that there is so much tension. Like in this country, there is such a divide and so much, hate going on, the West thinks, hey, they're gonna take over our country. And then I don't know what their comeback to that is, but there just seems to be a lot of hate. And personally, I don't see it. Like, I'm in a big metropolitan city, so maybe I don't see it as much, but it does feel very tense,
Yeah, I think, and it can be, there's this idea that it can be accentuated in order to strengthen certain political groups. They use these ideas. There's the same idea like with tribalism, maybe, in Middle Eastern context, like the idea that everyone belongs to a certain tribe is used by the ruling political force very much as a way of like divide and conquer. Like, for example, in an Omani context in like 2011, there was uprisings in sort of provincial areas of Oman, and the government or the Sultanate sent like tribal leaders, supposedly of all the Omanis, to appease them and to sort of divide them up into different groups to stop this sort of coherence that they had against the government. And so you see in that sense, at least in my studies, that politicians take advantage of putting people into categories in order to control them.